The Old Testament: Origins, Mysteries, and Timeless Significance. Imagine standing in an ancient library, a place steeped in history, where each shelf holds the weight of centuries past. Here, within the faded parchment and weathered bindings, lie stories of profound mystery, the creation of the universe, fierce battles fought for faith and survival, sacred covenants forged with the divine, and prophecies shrouded in enigmatic whispers like morning mist. The Old Testament is such a treasure, not merely a collection of texts, but a gateway to a world of mythic grandeur and profound spiritual meaning. It is a timeless chronicle that intertwines divine purpose with human experience, offering lessons that resonate across generations, transcending cultures and eras. 1. The mystery behind the Old Testament, a book of many authors across millennia. The Old Testament is not a single work, but rather a collection of 39 books, or 46 books, according to Catholic tradition. What makes it extraordinary is that, despite being written by dozens of different authors across thousands of years in vastly different cultural and historical contexts, its contents come together like a harmonious symphony, telling the grand story of humanity's relationship with God. Historical context. The earliest books of the Old Testament were written around the 15th century BCE, during the time when Moses led the Israelites across the Red Sea. The final books, such as the prophetic book of Malachi, were penned in the 5th century BCE. This era spanned monumental events in human history, wars, exiles, and the rise and fall of empires that shaped the fate of the ancient world. Ancient languages. The Old Testament was primarily written in Hebrew with a small portion in Aramaic, ancient languages that now serve as fragments of a long-lost civilization. Each word, each phrase, carries the echoes of those who lived through trials, triumphs, and divine encounters. Every page of the Old Testament invites you to delve deeper. Who were the authors behind these sacred texts? What compelled them to write? And perhaps most intriguingly, why do these ancient words still possess the power to stir the hearts of millions today? 2. A journey through the 4 parts of the Old Testament. Part 1. The Torah, the first light. The Torah, also known as the Books of Moses, is the most sacred section of the Old Testament. It begins with a profound and awe-inspiring image. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Genesis 1:3. This opening line from the book of Genesis sets the stage for the creation of the universe, the emergence of humanity, and the foundational steps of the Israelite nation. A highlighted story, Noah and the Great Ark. Among the many narratives in the Torah, the story of Noah and the Ark stands out for its drama and depth. When God chose to cleanse the world of sin through a great flood, Noah was commanded to build an enormous ark. His faith and obedience saved not only his family but also pairs of every living creature. Imagine the relentless downpour, the crashing waves, and the eerie silence of a world submerged underwater. Then, as the rain ceases and the waters recede, the first rainbow illuminates the sky, a divine promise of hope and renewal. This tale is not merely one of destruction, but of rebirth, trust, and the enduring mercy of God. A deeper analysis, laws and ethics of the Torah. The Torah is more than a collection of stories. It lays the foundation for law and morality. A prime example is the 10 Commandments introduced in the book of Exodus. These laws transcend their ancient context, becoming cornerstones of ethical systems in both Judaism and Christianity. They guide humanity in its relationship with God and with one another, embodying timeless principles of justice, respect, and reverence. The Torah is not only a record of the beginning, but also a beacon of light, illuminating a path toward faith, obedience, and a deeper understanding of the divine purpose for humanity. Part 2. The historical books, battles, and the era of kings. If the Torah represents the beginning, then the historical books of the Old Testament serve as the grand stage where heroes rise, traitors fall, and prophets deliver their divine messages. This section chronicles the journey of the Israelites as they settle in the Promised Land, establish kingdoms, and wrestle with their faith and identity. A highlighted story, King David and the battle with Goliath. Among the many captivating tales in the historical books, none is as iconic as the story of David and Goliath. A young shepherd boy armed with nothing but a sling and a few stones faced a towering giant, Goliath, a warrior feared by all. But David's victory was not about brute strength or military skill. It was a testament to his unwavering faith in God. As David declared before the battle, "The Lord will deliver you into my hand." 1 Samuel 17:46. With a single stone, David brought down the mighty Goliath, proving that faith and courage can triumph over even the most insurmountable odds. Real-world connections, lessons from David and Goliath. The story of David and Goliath continues to inspire countless individuals and communities. Whether in sports, where underdogs rise against formidable opponents, in business, where small startups challenge industry giants, or in everyday life, where people overcome personal challenges, the story serves as a powerful reminder. Courage and faith can help us conquer even the largest obstacles. This section of the Old Testament not only recounts historical events, but also provides timeless lessons on leadership, trust, and resilience, encouraging readers to face their own giants with confidence and faith. Part 3. The Books of Poetry and Wisdom, a balm for the soul. The books of poetry and wisdom in the Old Testament are where readers often turn for comfort, inspiration, and spiritual healing. These texts, particularly the Book of Psalms, are rich in lyrical beauty, expressing the full range of human emotions, from anguish to joy, from repentance to praise. A highlighted passage, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." One of the most beloved verses in the Psalms, Psalm 23:1, begins with these comforting words, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This psalm paints a vivid picture of God's care and guidance, likening him to a shepherd who leads his flock to green pastures and still waters. It has brought peace to countless hearts in times of sorrow and uncertainty, serving as a gentle reminder of God's presence in every situation. A philosophical reflection, the book of Ecclesiastes. In contrast to the emotional expression of the Psalms, Ecclesiastes offers a contemplative and philosophical perspective on life. Its opening line, "Vanity of vanities, all is vanity," Ecclesiastes 1:2, sets the tone for a profound exploration of the fleeting nature of worldly pursuits. The book reads like the musings of a sage, inviting readers to reflect on the brevity of life and the pursuit of what truly matters. These books, though ancient, resonate deeply with modern readers. They remind us that the struggles and questions we face today are timeless, and through faith and reflection, our souls can find solace and purpose. Whether through the soothing verses of the Psalms or the introspective wisdom of Ecclesiastes, the poetry and wisdom books serve as a sanctuary for the human spirit. Part 4. The prophetic books, promises, and warnings. The prophetic books of the Old Testament serve as a bridge between divine truth and human reality. The prophets were messengers of God, tasked with delivering His words to the people of Israel. They issued warnings when the people strayed from God's ways, but also brought hope by proclaiming promises of a better future. Through visions, poetry, and powerful proclamations, they revealed God's plan for redemption and His deep desire for a restored relationship with His people. A highlighted prophecy, Isaiah and the promise of the Messiah. Among the most profound messages in the prophetic books is found in Isaiah 9:6, where the prophet declares, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." For Christians, this verse is one of the clearest Old Testament prophecies about the coming of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. It speaks of a child who will bring light into the darkness, a ruler whose reign will bring peace and justice to the world. The beauty of Isaiah's prophecy lies not only in its promise of hope, but also in its enduring relevance, reminding us of the transformative power of faith. The prophetic books are not merely historical accounts or distant warnings. They resonate with timeless truths about human nature, justice, and redemption. The voices of the prophets challenge readers to confront their own failings while inspiring them to trust in the promises of a faithful and compassionate God. Through their words, we are reminded that even in the darkest times, there is always a promise of light, a future shaped by God's unending love and mercy. 3. Timeless values. Though written thousands of years ago, the Old Testament continues to hold profound relevance and vitality in today's world. Its lessons, narratives, and laws transcend the boundaries of time, offering guidance and inspiration to people from all walks of life. Moral guidance. The 10 Commandments and the laws outlined in Leviticus are not just ancient rules meant for a bygone era. They serve as enduring ethical principles that continue to shape moral frameworks today. Values like honoring parents, respecting life, and promoting justice resonate deeply, reminding us of the foundational truths necessary for a harmonious society. A source of inspiration in stories, such as David facing Goliath or Noah surviving the Great Flood, are powerful symbols of courage and resilience. These tales encourage us to persevere in the face of adversity, to trust in a higher power, and to remain steadfast in our beliefs, even when circumstances seem insurmountable. Spiritual comfort. The prayers in the Psalms and the prophetic promises in Isaiah continue to provide solace and peace to countless individuals. Whether one is seeking comfort during times of loss or clarity during moments of uncertainty, these words offer a spiritual anchor, drawing readers closer to a sense of divine presence and hope. The Old Testament is not just a historical document. It is a living text that continues to speak to the heart of humanity. It teaches us how to live with integrity, inspires us to overcome life's challenges, and nurtures our spirits with its messages of hope and redemption. Through its timeless wisdom, it reminds us that despite the passage of millennia, the struggles and aspirations of humanity remain deeply connected to the divine. 4. Imagery and imagination. To make the stories of the Old Testament even more captivating, let's bring these moments to life with vivid imagery and imagination. Picture these scenes unfolding before your eyes. The first light pierces the darkness. Envision the void of nothingness, a silence so profound it feels eternal. Then a commanding voice declares, "Let there be light." Instantly, light floods the darkness, illuminating the vast expanse of creation. This is not just the beginning of the universe, it is the first moment of order, beauty, and purpose breaking into chaos. Noah's Ark amid the storm. Now imagine Noah's Ark, a massive wooden vessel creaking and groaning under the weight of countless animals as relentless rain pounds down. Waves crash against the hull as darkness envelops the world. Inside, the air is thick with tension and hope as Noah and his family wait for a sign that the storm will end. When the rain finally ceases, the first rays of sunlight pierce through the clouds and a radiant rainbow stretches across the sky, a divine promise of renewal. David confronting Goliath. Picture the young shepherd boy David standing on a battlefield surrounded by towering soldiers. Before him looms Goliath, a giant clad in heavy armor, mocking and taunting the Israelites. The crowd gasps as David steps forward with nothing but a sling and a stone. With unwavering faith, he slings the stone, and it strikes true. The giant falls, and the battlefield erupts in awe and disbelief as David proves that courage and faith can overcome even the mightiest of foes. These vivid moments from the Old Testament are not just stories. They are living scenes that invite readers to step into the narrative, to feel the tension, the hope, and the triumph. Through these images, the timeless truths of the Bible become tangible, resonating deeply with our own lives and experiences. Conclusion: the Old Testament is a masterpiece of mystery and drama, weaving together miraculous stories, moral teachings, and timeless lessons. More than just a book, it is a journey, a profound invitation to explore the wonders of faith, history, and spirituality. Are you ready to step into this extraordinary world? Every story, every word within the Old Testament holds the power to transform your perspective, to inspire reflection, and to ignite a deeper connection with the divine. It's not merely a text of the past, but a living guide for the present, inviting you to discover the eternal truths that continue to resonate through the ages.